and welcome to another episode on Srilingo. For most of us who have regular jobs that we go to, our dream is to probably start something on our own. And for most of us, that remains a dream. There are only a few handful who have been able to leave their jobs and start something on their own and even become successful with it. So today I have Sanya with me. Sanya used to have a corporate job, and a year and a half ago, she decided to start something on her own. She started her first venture, is her nail spa and salon called Clover, and now she's moving on to, within a year and a half's time, she's moving on to better things within Clover, an extension of what she started, and we'll discuss as we progress through this conversation. So Sanya, thank you very much for giving me so much time. I am really, really grateful to you. I am your fan because I have been a corporate job goer for over almost 2 decades now, and I really, really admire people who can start something on their own, because believe me, it takes a lot of courage. Tell us a little bit about your corporate life and how you chose to move into your entrepreneurship.
First of all, thank you so much for inviting me. It's a complete and absolute pleasure to talk to you today. Coming to your question, I was in a corporate job when I studied advertising from Xavier's Institute. I did my post graduation. I worked in advertising field for some time. I liked the profession. I liked advertising as a profession. But then, very early on, I realized that somewhat I don't know if I want to go ahead with this for a longer period of time. But in the interim, I learned a lot. Then I moved to business development. I got several opportunities in the architectural industry and working at few companies, international companies. So I landed up a very good job with Sanssouci Lighting. They are a Czech Republic company, and I joined their firm as a business head, and then within a span of 2 to 3 years, I moved on to becoming the regional head. And it was great. It was really great. The job was amazing, but at the end of the day, I always felt that there's something missing. There's something that I'm not doing. Although the job was fine, everything was great. I know there was a lot of, talk about why people are not doing their own thing, and people should do their own thing. And it's amazing to have something of your own side hustle. You need to have your business, or you need to have some little thing at the side going on along with your corporate job. Uh, but for me, I felt, even though I had a corporate job, even though it was great, but I just felt that there is something that I'm not doing. There's something that is missing, and I just didn't feel that I was doing enough. So that was one reason that I wanted to actually get into doing something of my own. And I kept thinking what works for me, what doesn't work for me. While I was doing my jobs, I was doing freelance makeup, and I was picking and choosing things that would work for me, and I didn't know that this is something that I would want to do. It was never my plan to start with a nail salon. It was a surprise to myself as well. I wanted to do another project. I was working on that project for almost 3 years, and due to some reason, we had to stall that project before we hit the floor. And then I felt that, okay, fine, this thing that I've worked so hard for is getting stalled, and I don't know what else to do or what more to do. And there is this period where you feel you're transitioning, when you're moving from your work to your business. So there is a transition period. So if you try to get past or cross over that bridge in that time frame, you'll sail through. But if you don't, then probably you'll be, stuck doing your job because your risk appetite becomes really acute. It becomes very
That
small.
phase that you're talking about, does it involve fear? Does it involve venturing into the unknown? Because as a corporate job goer, you have the comfort of receiving your salary at the end of the month, And when you started, that is something you don't get. I can tell you as a as a salary earning person, that it is so important for me that that amount comes into my account. It is my comfort zone, it is my safety net, it's all of those things. So that transitioning period, you're saying you have to give up on those fears, right? And very few people can go to the other side because most of them go back to doing their
Yeah.
jobs.
Yeah, so the main thing is that one thing is that that when you're starting out something, there is a lot of excitement. Everybody, whoever starts a business, be it even a general store or be it a big business venture, there is a big excitement attached to it. But also there is fear, there is anticipation of what's going to happen. But because the excitement is so much that you just want to go ahead with it. Your question about leaving behind your salary every month, leaving behind the comfortable routine. Yes, it is a big risk. It is not easy. It's very difficult to restructure your life again to new circumstances. You have to adjust your life around cutting cost. You have to make sure that you cannot live the way you were living all throughout this while, because you have to think about, okay, I need to focus here in my business. These are the kind of funds I will need. These are the kind of funds which are not going to come. So mental preparation happens, I think, from before even you start the business. It's, I think, you can take about 1 year of time that you're only thinking that what you're going to do, how you're going to do. This is your coping mechanism. This is you're trying to prepare that safety net. Okay, fine, after 1 year, if I do this, I'm not going to have this money, so what I'm going to do. So one thing people tend to do, or what I did was, okay, make a graphical plan, that okay, this is my phase one, my phase two, my phase three, my phase four. How am I going to generate the revenue? How I'm going to plan my finances? How I'm going to plan my cash flow? And how much money are you going to keep for yourself in the end? Because you're compensating for your salary. Even if you are having a business, you're not the first person you're taking out the salary for. You're paying your employees, you're paying your overheads, you're paying your vendors, etc., etc. So it's not easy. It takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of restructuring your life. It takes that courage that, okay, fine, I am going to live without this particular luxury of having a particular amount coming to my account every month. That's not going to happen. So mental preparation is something which is very important. If
I
something
think
is
people will take these points very seriously. You said you need to give up on luxury, which is something I think anybody who wants to be an entrepreneur will really take into consideration. Hearing you, the second thing you mentioned is you need a lot of mental preparation, at least a year before you start something, because there are pros and cons. You have to first tell yourself, I can do this, and then even after you tell yourself, some people fall back, but then if you are able to become strong mentally that I will do this, and then chalk out like phase wise plan, that phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, this is how I see myself growing, this is how I want to generate revenue, that is how you plan this.
because it's a complete darkness. It's a complete darkness. It's a shot in the dark. You don't know how your phase one is going to perform. You don't know how your phase two is going to perform. So a human mind, if you're working in a corporate job for say 10 years, you're used to a particular salary, you're
Yes.
used to a particular time. So you can't just completely eradicate it. Okay, that okay, fine, next month I'm going to get into business and this is how it's going to happen. No, it won't happen that way. You have to prepare your mind from 1 year onwards, 1 year prior to you starting up. Like, okay, fine, this is not going to happen. This is what you're not going to do. There will be cutback. There will be some kind of sacrifice that you have to do, because for a bigger picture, for a bigger cause, you need to give up on these small small things. And patience is something very important. Like, if you're getting into business, you need to have that kind of patience, that okay, fine, I'm not going to make this kind of money. It may not come in the first year, it may not come in the second year, it may not even come in the third year. People think that okay, 6 months हो गए, अब तो I should start making profits, or I should break even at least. that's a great goal, but you don't know. Sometimes luck might not favor you. Sometimes luck might favor you. There are plenty of examples in the market where people have achieved great success in the first 6 months, and so there are some examples that people have been trying since 3 years and they have not reached their target goal. So, what do you need in this time? Maybe you don't even need a lot of money, but you might need a lot of patience. And the kind of money that you have, that the kind of money that you're putting into your business, every rupee counts. So you have to be you have to be a great planner. You have to be a great strategic person to count your money, every single rupee where you're spending, every little expense. You need to have an account, at least mentally you need to know everything what's going to happen, how things are functioning, where are my overheads, where are my vendors, what are my payables, what are my billings. Everything should be there right in your head. So that requires a lot of patience, a lot of discipline. Discipline is something which is not much talked about, but I feel if you discipline your life in terms of everyday living lifestyle, everyday expenses, everyday routine, I think then you're setting into some motion which will lead you to the right direction.
Great.
Discipline, consistency. You need to just, put blinkers on and keep that focus.
Yeah,
You
I'm
may
going to do
feel
this.
you may feel like okay fine, अब मैंने business start कर दिया है and it's great, चलो अच्छा है, it's lovely to say that you have a business, but back in the back end people don't know what you're compromising family outings, compromising friends, you're compromising hanging out with people that you love because your business needs attention. So this 1 year period that I was telling you about, it's just not about the salary part not coming in. It's about all of these things
Put
that you
together.
need to compromise, that you need to tell yourself, nobody's going to tell you this, you have to tell yourself that these are the things if you're willing to give up for at least 5 years, first 5 years of your life, of this business that you want to run, probably then you will be ready by the end of the year. Okay, fine, now I'm ready to jump into this. It's
I
just
think,
not the
Sanya,
salary.
the fact that you did that proves why you are able to succeed. Because I have visited your salon personally. You have exceptional service. Now, coming to that, I also know that you are extending Clover. Let's say so from being a nail salon and spa, you are also adding skincare,
Yes.
and all
Skincare.
within a span of, let's say, 1 year, 8 months.
Yes.
I can only imagine the amount of planning that you did before you actually started. So, like I was saying, that now extending Clover to include not only nail spa, you're also moving into skincare. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your skincare,
Yes.
the line that you're starting? I mean,
Yes, yes, absolutely. It's one of my passion project, you can say, because when I told you about the project that I was working on for 3 years, that was basically launching a skincare brand. But at that time, it didn't happen, and thank God it didn't happen because the market right now is completely saturated. It's very difficult to have brand loyalty with your customers. So I studied cosmetic formulation from Isitka, is one of the most top-rated schools in Paris. I finished that, so I am a certified cosmetic formulator. Now, recently, I just finished my cosmetology course, where now I am a certified cosmetologist. So I can treat the skin properly. It's more about skin aesthetics. It's more about getting your skin correct, bringing it to its correct balance. Be it skin treatments of any kind. Basically, it's how a dermat would treat you. It's the same thing, and we have effective equipments. We have effective premium products that will give you very good results. So it's overall health that we talk about, overall skin health that we talk about. We treat patients just the way any doctor would treat the patients, and we would try and give our best to make sure that this is a whole process of skin cell restoration, skin cell renewal. So we are working on the skin layers. So to just give you give you in a nutshell that uh, skin treatments that does not that is very different from just doing an application of some cream or something like that. These are completely treatments that will help your skin get better, come back to its
Long-term
original,
benefits.
come back to its correct balance.
Okay, okay, okay. Sanya, I'm going to go ahead and put, these details when we release this video, because I know personally that skincare and things related to basically taking care of the skin have become very, very popular conversations in today's day and age. A lot of people not only want to take care of themselves, on the external front, but also want to do it from inside. So, and skincare is very deep. It's not something that is only on the on the outside. I'm going to put the details for anybody who's in Bombay and they want to get in touch with you regarding this. I can vouch for Clover's services. I would, in that regard, I would say that this is value for money. So I will definitely display the details so that anybody wants to get in touch can definitely do and try out what you're doing. Uh, Tell me one thing, Sanya. Uh, Usually when people start something new, they think that friends and family will be their first customers. But I believe when I started Srilingo, today we are 27,000 plus family on Facebook. I did not expect my friends and family to join me. Whoever did, they did. But the first followers on the page were my mother and a friend of mine. That's it. And then we grew from there. Do you advise people not to depend on this as their, source of survival, but to actually do good work and spread the word in the market, not to depend on friends and family for starting a business? Don't start with that mindset. Do you agree with me?
Absolutely. Please do not depend on, in terms of promotions. Okay, please don't depend on people to, give you that shout out or something. If people are willing to do it, it's great. If your friends and family want to do it for you, it's absolutely fantastic. Yeah, you can definitely say that. Please spread the word. Please give it in a put in a good word for us or recommend us and stuff like that.
But
But
don't depend on it.
still, your entire promotional model cannot depend on this one thing. Your clients are your biggest word of mouth, your biggest marketing tool. More than a friend or more than a family member, if a customer, if a client who's used your service, if they are putting a word for you, if they are giving a 5-star rating review for you, that is more accountable compared to any of your friends saying it or your family saying it. Because there's always a preference, because you're a friend, you're a family. That's why you cannot have that. Yeah, initially yes, maybe give it a shout out. It's amazing, people supporting each other. It's great that your friends and family would want to
Yeah, but
see
your
you on the
survival cannot depend on that shout out.
but
Like,
cannot.
there are
That
so
is
many
not
people who get disheartened. Oh, I have no support from friends and family. And I always tell them that if this is how you see yourself growing, you might as well stop now, because a friend or family member can give you one shout out, maybe two shout outs. After that, they will go back to living their life. You have to keep sustaining your business.
absolutely. Your marketing, strategies need to involve a lot of segments. You just cannot have one. You have to have 3 4 channels where you are promoting yourself. You have to shamelessly promote yourself because it is your business, because you have to put it out there in front of people, but you cannot expect the same enthusiasm
Correct.
from your friends. It could be once twice thrice, but not always. So that is the difference. But when it comes to friends and family supporting you, I may say in terms of mentally, you need that mental help. You need that, push. You need that support. You need that motivation. That okay, fine. Don't worry. You're doing great. There will be highs. There will be lows in this interim of this business. But your close friends, your family, your husband, your partner, your mother, father, your best friends. These are the people you may need that. they will come and tell you that it's okay, you're having a bad day. It's
So
fine.
the mental
You know?
support matters, but don't expect
Yes.
any other kind of business support.
Support in terms of helping you move forward, because you need fueling from time to time. And from where it will come from? It will come from your friends, it will come from your family. They will say that okay, you're doing fine, you're doing great, because you're very hard on yourself in this process. When you're in this process, you're very hard on yourself. This is not happening, that is not happening, this is not going as per my plan, that is not going as per my plan. It's fine. It's fine if it's not going as per your plan. Your friends or your family need to tell you that you just keep going. Take one day at a time. This is one formula that I will want to tell everybody who wants to start out for anything. Take one day at a time. Keep a larger goal, but please keep small term goals which you will be able to achieve them easily in a short period of time. So it will give you motivation to achieve your next short goal. Then it will give you another motivation to move towards your next goal, and then slowly, slowly, step by step, you will move towards the bigger picture and the bigger goal that you're actually looking for. It won't happen in a day, so just take one day at a time. That's the perfect way to, I think, move forward, because it gives you that mental peace. Okay, fine, that bigger goal is sitting there, I know I have to get there,
At least
but
let's
let
take
me
the
just
smaller ones first.
yeah.
I'm saying at least when you were talking about your bigger goal, I'm saying at least let's take the smaller goals first. Once you achieve them,
Yeah.
baby steps towards the big goal.
You know how we have to-do list every day when we are at work or when we are doing something. You have 10 things to do today, so just focus on those 10 things today. Don't focus on what needs to be done tomorrow or day after or after 1 year. It's okay,
So
leave it.
wonderful.
We'll think about it when we get there. But today you think about what are the 10 things you need to finish in the day. Because after you finish those 10 things, you will feel a sense of accomplishment. Okay, fine, I finished these 10 things in today and I'm feeling extremely great. That will give you a sort of a kick that will make you happy and will keep you motivated, you know, in the long period of time. In the long run, these are the things that keep you motivated. These small, small things only will help you reach where you have to, where you want to go. You just cannot jump and take a leap and reach that bigger goal.
Sanya, thank you so much for this insight. A lot of people who want to start something of their own uh, will understand what it takes. You become your own boss. That's the upside of having your own business. But you also become the HR, the admin, the finance team, everything. You become everything. So you actually end up working more when you have your own business. But if that's something somebody wants to do, I think you've given them very basic pointers to start with. Plan in advance, plan as much as possible. When you start, live frugally, don't overspend, give up on luxuries, have patience, make smaller goals, try and achieve those smaller goals, and then move to the bigger one. Don't depend on friends and family to come and utilize your business in terms of your services, but depend on them for mental support. You will have bad days, and that's when they can give you mental support. So I think I said all these things. I think I ended up learning so much. uh, it is, Sanya, for a lot of people, you are a hero because it's not easy to give up on a job. Let me tell you, I've been working for almost 20 years now. It's not easy, trust me. I know many people who want to, and then it's been a dream only. वो सपना ही रह गया उनके लिए. So when I heard about you, I was so excited because you are young and you are so ambitious and you're so courageous. So you will serve as hope for so many of my Strilingo members. I'm going to put up the details of Clover and the skincare details as well. So anybody who wants to use your services, and if they are in Bombay, I am highly recommending it because I have used it too. Any last words, Sanya, for people who are watching this video and aim to do something on their own?
Um, See, just understand this one thing, that just that when you're starting your business, you need a lot of funds. That is your capital. Okay, one is A is your capital. Okay, you will accumulate that kind of money which requires to start the business. But one important thing is that you need to have a backup cash. need to have a backup revenue for days, for rainy days, for days which are going to be tough, where there will be no sick pay. So what are you going to do? How are you going to pay your rent? How are you going to pay your overheads? How are you going to pay your stuff? So just remember one thing, that having a capital is just one aspect of it. The second aspect is to have a good amount of backup money, so that your business doesn't stop. It's always in its motion. It keeps moving. Then nothing gets hampered. So when there are better days, you will make up for the money that you spent out of your pocket. But keep a timeline for it, that okay, fine, by 1 year, by 2 years, I should be able to do it. But other than that, plan properly, strategize properly, look at your numbers, try and do different kinds of options. Don't stick to one strategy. Try to opt for as many as possible. Try to see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And the most important thing is to realize what does not work for you, more than even realizing what's working for you. The second you know that, okay, fine, this is not working for me, move out of it. Clear that subject. Move from that topic to another topic. This is what I have done in my career timeline. I try to figure out, if I don't know what I'm supposed to do, at least I should know what I'm not supposed to do, or at least I should know what is not working for me. That is very important. Once you know that, okay, fine, this is not working for me, then you will immediately navigate to something that will work for you. Even if you don't know what is the right path that you should be on, at least this will guide you in another sense, that okay, fine, this is not working, I'll move to the next. Maybe that could be my thing. So that is one thing that is very important.
Spoken like a true entrepreneur, I said, because that's what you are today.
Not
Thank you so much, Sanya, for doing this. I'm so grateful to you. We try and address different topics on Strilingo. I think as much as I shot this episode for the members of Strilingo, I think personally I shot it for myself as well, because I am telling you, I don't have as much courage as you do to leave my job and start something on my own, which is why I always seek people who have, been there, done that, just to get, if nothing else, your a sense of your courage, a sense of your determination. So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this episode as well, because I enjoyed it thoroughly. I learned so much from you today.